Welcome to this remote control quick tip. In this quick tip, it's a very quick on this, as I've just had quite a nasty little crash, and it's something I've kind of kicking myself. I've been meaning to do for ages, and I didn't do, and I got caught out as a result. So here is the quadcopter that unfortunately we had the crash on, and what actually happened is one of the props at the back gave way. I only found half of the prop at the crash site. I think the other half let go, and if you kind of look at the video, that's what it looks like. It kind of, the back falls away, and the flight controller does a really good job of trying to maintain the altitude, but unfortunately struggles with only 3 of the 4 motors working. So it went in pretty hard, but the quad itself is in great condition, and this is actually a quad we built a very long time ago on one of our very early series where we built it with a CC3D. And it's one of those quads that you find this when you get a couple of these. It's just my go-to quad. It always seems to work great, and it's never let me down until now. But I think that was partially my fault, and I'll talk about that in another video. Now, one of the things that happened as part of the crash is you can see here that we're missing this piece. This piece was ejected. Now, this normally sits on top, and then we have an action camera that sits on top that actually records the action in beautiful HD, and actually that was the footage we've just been looking at. Now, this whole piece was ejected into the grass, and unfortunately it was over a farm, and not all the grass was nice and short, so consequently I had to try and find this thing in long grass, and it was really tricky. In fact, it probably took me 20 minutes of scouring around. I had to watch back the FPV footage to get an idea of which direction the craft came down in, so that I could kind of cast around in the right direction to try and find where the camera ended up. I eventually did find it. Actually, this is the very camera, but this is the tip. A lot of action cameras these days are starting to come out in brighter colours, and people like Runcam need a big pat on the back for making their action cameras bright orange. I've had crashes where this thing's been ejected and it's been a piece of cake to find it because it's bright orange. Unfortunately, some of the other cameras that are out there, this is a Runcam version 1 is silver. Again, this is still easier to find than black, but I find that orange shows up really well. So what I did, this is the actual camera that was ejected, is I've got hold of some orange tape. This is actually stuff that we use a lot here. It's called Jaffa tape. It's really sticky, and it's great for things like the leading edges of Texumos. But what we've done is we've put tape on every face of the camera, and we're also even going to put some tape on the bottom of this as well, and then put it all back together. Next time it gets ejected, it'll make it a lot easier for me to try and find this thing in the grass. Prevention is worth a pound of cure. I just wanted to share this with you because I was kind of kicking myself because I've been meaning to do it for ages and ages and never got round to it, and I nearly lost a nice expensive Mobius camera because I was being lazy. Thank you for taking the time to watch that video. There are lots of other videos on the channel, and they're carefully ordered into playlists, so you may find that there are other videos on this same subject that you can go and watch. So I would recommend going into the playlist area of Painless 360 YouTube channel and looking around and seeing what there is. You never know what you might find. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and happy flying.